Welcome to another episode of Take a Bite out of South Florida. I'm Shayna Wizoff, and I'm here with two of the hosts of an upcoming event here in West Palm Beach called Dîner and Blanc. And we're appropriately all wearing white to represent what this dinner is. It's something where everybody wears white. It's essentially a big white party. And this event is happening in West Palm Beach, December 16th, coming up. And this is a first time event for me. It's the first time I'm going to be going to this. And I really want to learn all about it. I want to know everything so that I can share it with all of my listeners and my audience so you guys can all join me for an amazing night out. So I'm here with Tashia and Rene. And tell me about yourselves and how you got involved in this amazing event.
Yeah. So actually, it's a very typical story. A lot of the participants, especially any of the leaders, they typically are volunteers. And I volunteered for the Orlando edition. So this Dîner and Blanc is held in over 80 cities across the country and or the world, I should say, not just the country.
Yeah. Where did it start?
Yeah, good question. So we'll start there.
Yeah.
It started in 1988. Francois Pasquier in Paris wanted to have a group of friends out for dinner. So he had a couple of requests, which is to bring a guest, wear all white, and bring a meal. And we're going to have this fancy dinner in Paris in a courtyard open area. And so the white was so that they could each identify themselves as they're all bringing guests who may not know each other. And it kind of picked up from there. It was a spectacle, right? Everyone's seeing just a group of people getting together, popping up for this picnic. And they did it every year. And every year they invited an additional guest. And so that is where it started in 1988.
Yeah. It's as old as me.
It's yeah. So I was 5 to just date myself, I guess. And then in 2009, his son brought it to Montreal. So it was brought there. And then in 2011 was the first time it was done in an American city in New York City. So since then, it's global. But the spirit of the event is still the same. So it is by invite only. You do wear all white. You are required to bring, your picnic basket with your goods, your table setting. In most cities, you are bringing your table decor, your tables, your chairs. For West Palm Beach specifically, we do provide the tables and chairs. So you just have to worry about your picnic basket, your food. We do also offer food on a platform on the website where you can purchase and just have that as one less thing to worry about. But in general, you're bringing your picnic basket with all of your meal, your 3-course meal, and then a simple setting. You will see, however, people who go all out and will build a whole Eiffel Tower as their centerpiece. So if you look at the Dîner and Blanc West Palm Beach website, you'll see very elegant table settings. You'll see very fashionable all white. People get really creative with the headgear and the face gear. And
I bet.
It's a scene. And so what's also great about this is that the location is kept secret until the very last minute. So, so no one knows, except for the leaders, of course, where the location is. You have several departure points across the county. So, for example, you don't have to live in West Palm Beach to go to this event. We'll have a departure point in Broward County. We have in Delray. We've got a couple other cities in which they will...
And that's bus transportation to the secret location.
Correct. And it's bus transport for this one. But in other cities and other countries... We've done rail, we've done, trolley. And then there's usually a pedestrian group as well. So depending on the departure point and the mode of transportation will determine, how you're getting there. And so people want to walk and just bring a cart with all their items. We'll do that. And others who live a little further out and maybe don't want to drive, especially when you don't know exactly where you're going.
Right.
They'll just pick a departure point closer to their home or closest to their home, park their cars there. They're securely watched over for the duration of the event. They hop on a bus. They have no idea where they're going until they get to the location.
So even at that point, the people still don't know where they're going.
Yeah. My first year volunteering for Orlando, we were in the parking lot just making sure everyone had all of their items, that they were dressed appropriately, that they were with their right table leaders. And it wasn't until the very last minute that the host at that time, who now I am working on the host team, sends a text with the address. So the bus drivers were even like, hey, where are we going?
Where are we going? Oh my gosh. So it really is this like super secret, exclusive dining experience.
Yeah.
And something that really unique, really something unique.
Yeah. It's a super chic dynamic pop-up all-white picnic. And the exclusivity is still there. Like we still keep the spirit of invitation only.
Yeah.
However, now you can go to westpalmbeach.dineronblanc/register and get on the mailing list. Once you're on that mailing list, you get an invite.
Then you get the invite.
Mm-hmm. And most of the invites go to like spam or junk mail, unfortunately, but we encourage everyone to check there as soon as you send it. Register. And then it is by phase because we usually have a lot of waitlisted people. So for now, like 6,500 people, and the last time it was reported, and 80,000 on a wait list. So it's important that when you get that invite and you have that opportunity, So phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. That phase 3 usually goes quickly. That's whoever's left that hasn't already registered.
What's the cutoff? How many people do you allow?
Yeah, so it really will depend by city.
Right. It depends on the place, the venue.
Yeah, some like we did in one of our other editions in another city we host, we were kind of restricted to about 1,100, but in a larger space, 1,500, 2,000. I know Paris this last year, I think they got close to like 10K. It was huge, the space.
Where did they do it?
Gosh,
I was just in Paris.
I know, and I should know where it is, and so don't mark that against me. I don't remember exactly where it was. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I'd be curious.
It was, but usually, we've done in front of City Hall in Orlando. People pick nice amphitheater, huge open courtyard. So, it's there's a whole system in place to make it work, and the mapping of it all and laying it out. The logistics side is
there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So when someone registers. And buys their ticket, what is included in the tickets for this West Palm Beach specifically?
Yeah, so it is admission for you and a guest. So you'll have...
So each registration is for 2 people?
Correct. Okay. Yep. And that guest is, that you bring your +1, if you will, can be changed all the way up until like about a week before the event, we prefer.
Okay.
So ultimately, if you and your husband are going, only one of you needs to register as the member for Dîner en Blanc. And then from that point on, as long as you're still taking him every time.
Right.
He is your +1. Yeah. But you're the member. So that registration covers your transportation to and from the event, depending on which departure point you selected, and membership for the next year. So once you've attended, you now get a priority invite.
You'll get an invite every year.
Yeah, you'll get an invite every year. And if you want to maintain and stay on that, there's a very small membership fee. So let's say there's a year where you can't go. You've got other plans. You pay the small membership fee. It ranges around $10 or so. And just mark yourself as a non-attending member. And the following year, you'll get that invite again.
Okay, so that's nice. So even if you can't make it one year, just pay that small fee and you'll definitely get the invite the following year.
Yeah, that's how that works.
So people can, when they register, they can, you said earlier, there is an option that they can order their food right on the website.
Yeah. So the priority when you first register is to make sure you get in.
Yeah, right. Get the spot.
Get the spot. But then once you're registered and you and your guest are registered, you can go back on the platform at any time. And when you go back on the platform, you'll see options for food if you choose to do food with us. And then for wine and champagne. Now, no alcohol per...
It's just wine and champagne.
Yeah, that's all that's allowed. So you can't bring any of your own to the event. And there's no selling on site that's allowed per Florida's requirements. So any wine or champagne that wants to be enjoyed would have to be purchased through the platform.
Okay. And then what type of food do you offer people?
Yeah. So we always aim for local vendors in the city that we're working in or the city that we're serving. So we've got great choices. Obviously, we try to appeal to, the chicken, salmon, or the chicken, fish, and, beef. But we've got we'll do appetizers. So you'll have chocolate-covered strawberries, very elaborate charcuterie board options. We'll do, very chic and upscale main entrees, and then usually a nice dessert option as well. So it is a 3-course meal that you can order from the platform.
And if you don't order from the platform, you just bring basically whatever you'd like.
Yeah.
For your picnic.
Yep. Yeah. So with your picnic basket, if you chose, you'd bring obviously a 3-course meal. You want to have your appetizer, your main, and your
and a dessert.
Your dinnerware, all of your glassware. For 2. You'd be responsible for all that in a napkin. And so there's some really basic setups that work out very well because the way it works is you're registering for 2. and you will be on a bus with, let's say, 48 other people if you chose a bus departure point. You'll have a table leader, and the table leader is responsible for that bus, that group of 50. They're going to line you guys up in royal seating style so that all of the tables touch, creating one long row of just dining guests.
Yeah,
so you
communal
get a chance
dining.
so you'll just see an endless, row of table decor that just continues, and everyone's own little style kind of incorporated. It's really an amazing
spectacle.
Sight. It is. I was going to say spectacle.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
And is there music? Like, what's the vibe?
Yeah. So once you register, let's say you've opted to order from the platform, you've got your champagne and wine going, you're going to be put in for the way we operate at least, you're put in a WhatsApp group. We do ask you to download that site, and then you are getting communications from your table leader, is how you are selected. So in order to register, let me go back to that. You have to choose a group leader and then a table leader. So we have it kind of broken down so that you've got a point of contact, right? Someone who you can go to directly, who's going to be any questions you have and going to guide you through that experience from beginning to end, making sure you make it back to your car at the end of the night.
Right.
When you're in that, once you've registered and you've done that, you're getting those communications. They're reminding you the things you'll have to pack, the things you'll want to bring. And again, for West Palm Beach, it's much easier since tables and chairs are included.
Yeah.
So once you get to the event, you find out where you are. We've got a lot of online activation. We've got some great, we usually have like a fancy car there for some photo ops. We've got very unique entertainment from acrobats and opera singers and electric harp players. We've done it all.
That sounds so cool.
Yeah, so there's a lot of great live entertainment. There's a lot of networking that can happen as well. Being able to walk around, see all of the fashion, because we definitely do best dressed in a couple different categories. We do best table decor, best headdresses. So it's an opportunity to just kind of walk around. My favorite thing to do, even when I was just volunteering and not on a host team, was just to walk around and see what people came up with. Like you see wagons walk in, and then all of a sudden there's like a sky-high Eiffel Tower on top of someone's table. I'm like, how did they
how'd they get that in?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. I bet the people watching and just everything is probably so interesting to see.
Yeah.
Is this the first time it's being done in West Palm?
Oh, no. This is not the first edition in West Palm. It's been done several years, at least 5 or 6 years now.
Okay. That's right. There's videos from last year that I saw.
Yep. So, but, in addition to, once everyone sets up, there's some setup time. So once you come on, you will follow your table leader to the designated area. Everyone will lay their tables out, or the tables that are there provided. You'll start setting up your tables. The formal start of the event is the napkin wave, which lets everyone know it's dinner time. And so everyone gets their napkins out, they're waving, there's good music playing, and then you start to dine. And during that time, there's some entertainment that's still going on. There's, people are enjoying getting to know each other. After that, there is taking photo ops, networking. We've got additional live performance, and then eventually the dance floor opens up. So we'll do a nice sparkler event to kind of it's a tradition, a Deb tradition to have sparklers. Everyone has a sparkler. We light them up. We just light up the city at that point at night.
Oh my gosh.
At the darkest point at night, and dance until, the event is over. Yeah, dance till the night away. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's definitely
sounds amazing. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be a table leader this year, which I'm very excited about. And I'm so glad I got to talk to you, because I had no idea what was expected of me as a table leader. Now I understand. Yeah. So this is wonderful. So when people register, if they want to be at my table and on my bus and all of that, they just have to select my name as a leader. Yep. And then I believe there's something that says like, take a bite out of Boca Del Rey bus. I forget exactly what the wording is. Yeah. So they'll label, so you'd be under a group leader. So obviously the table leaders that we have are ideally people who are, oftentimes they've got a group of people they want to come, but they are the face of Dîner Blanc in that instance, right? Because you're the one person that all of those guests are going to look to. Right. So it's obviously making sure your group leader equips you, your hosts, your head leaders equip you to answer those questions. So you'll obviously, even as a first-time table leader, have a lot of support to ensure that you are providing the right information to your guests, so you're not alone. Right. Good. So that's the first thing. Yes, you definitely will have support in that respect. And you're going to... they would go onto the site, they would look your group leader up, and that's information you can provide to them. Make sure you look under this person. Then they find you, and then they register for themselves and their +1 if there are seats. Now, if your bus was booked, then they would have to find another table leader under that group leader,
in some instances, find a whole other group leader.
Right.
Yeah, because
Okay.
group leaders are responsible for about 4 to 5 table leaders, depending on the departure point, how many
Okay.
people can be housed at any one departure point, because we've got to have room for cars, for the parking, for you guys to all get set up and register. So that's the piece that to get started is registering and finding you on the site. I know when I was a volunteer, I had created a whole Facebook page for my friends.
Yeah, I think I should do that.
And
I feel like that's a good
sharing
spot.
information with my friends specifically, like make sure you choose this group leader and this table leader. And then, again, they're getting great information once they have selected their table leader. But for me, having experienced the first one, it's interesting. Most people will go through that first one and enjoy themselves, but then they feel like there's so much more equipped and ready for
the next one.
one.
I obviously want to be able to enjoy myself and get the full experience, but it seems like this will be a really cool opportunity for me to not only bring my friends, but potentially listeners of the podcast or just followers of my social media and my blog and people who, have never experienced this event, and they can come out and be part of this bigger networking, experience and unique time, and get to know each other.
Yeah.
And
it's great content for you.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I'm already thinking about my outfit, and like this is exciting. I love it, and I like that it's just wine and champagne.
Yep.
And you can get like a good charcuterie board. Oh, here, that was my question. Dietary restrictions.
Yes.
If someone does decide to order from the website, if someone is gluten-free or vegan, is there options?
Yes, we definitely have tried to ensure that there's a gluten-free. Like last year especially, I think almost every dessert option had a gluten-free option to it as well.
Perfect.
So we are mindful of that.
That's good. That's good.
And the catering companies that we will work with.
Perfect. I asked that just for myself. Sure. I'm gluten-free. I don't eat certain types of dairy, and I have a few other things that I can't have. So that's always at the forefront of my questions about food-related events.
And that's the beauty of this, is that if there isn't anything, that's
you can bring your own.
You can bring your own.
Yeah.
And you'll have people who, they go all out with what they serve on their own, and then others who will take the approach of, I'm just going to find a restaurant near the departure point
and cater
some food and pick it up.
That's smart too. Yeah. I mean, there's so many ways you can do it.
There really are. Yeah. And when you're working with a table, like you've got your +1, but if you, since we're providing tables, they tend to be 6 to 8 foot tables. So typically 2 other couples would be at your table per se. You could still just do your table decor between you and your partner. Or if you had other friends that were coming with you, partner with them. And then you've got just a full 6 foot table, 8 foot table with
all the same
united decor look. Which is what we've always done.
That makes it fun too. And you could do like, a charcuterie board to share, or make little appetizers to share.
Accoutrements, we'll bring that. Yep.
Kind of once if you were all, that's a good thing about being in a Facebook group too.
Yep.
People could kind of converse about it and decide, well, I'm going to bring this and you bring that. And, let's all coordinate, colors and for the decor. Do people typically stick to just white or?
Very good question. So it is all white, and that is the requirement. You can do we allow pops of color with flower. I can't speak for every other city in addition.
But everything needs to be white.
But everything white, and you can do gold or silver, metallic.
Okay, that makes sense.
Accents. So even in your outfit, it should be majority white, and we say copy paper white. You might see other variations, but it should be copy paper white.
Like true white.
True
not
white.
Off white.
Like walk out the door and you're already dirty and you haven't touched anything white. And then, gold accessories. You could have studs or rhinestones. I usually do a lot of rhinestone accompanying with mine, with what my look is, but you can do, any metallic look, and even shoes. Like you can do nude, true nude. And, gentlemen, it's usually a lot harder for them to find all white shoes. So majority white, like we want it to be as much
white as possible.
Yeah. And I think sometimes people misinterpret that, or it's a white tee, but I've got this huge rectangular colored graphic in the middle.
You're like, no, that's not white.
That's not white.
I went to a white party in Laguna Beach, California for a trip that I was on a few years ago, and everything, the decor, everything was white, and it was just so cool to see.
Right?
It's so beautiful when everyone really follows, and it's just like you look out at a sea of white, and it's just such a beautiful. It makes the photos beautiful too. I think that's such an elegant way of doing an event. I saw a friend of mine went to a wedding recently where they asked everyone to wear like nudes or blush. So everyone was kind of in the same type of a color scheme, which was also a beautiful way of doing. I mean, that's a little like high maintenance asking your wedding guests to all wear the same color, but still it made it for beautiful photos.
Absolutely.
I love the look of the all white though. I think that's fantastic. And I'm already, do you know what you're wearing yet?
So I'm recently pregnant. And
I guess
so
that,
I'm like,
that will dictate.
December, I'm not really sure. I have like 2 possibilities. I usually do. So here's the thing. Once I got the Deb bug, I don't know if I should move that a little bit. Once I got the Deb bug, I was like full in, and a lot of people are. So I just started collecting anytime I saw anything worthy white. And my husband as well, he was here with me, and he's a perspective of like the +1 who has to, like, in tow had to come along.
I need to hear the +1
and
perspective.
the male perspective on fashion. But we just started everywhere we did. Oh, look, there's white. Should we go in there and see? Just to have options. Because, Dîner and Blanc is held all year long around the world. So you could go to a summer edition, in Haiti. You could go to a winter edition like what we're doing. And I remember Orlando, my first year, it was actually pretty cold that first year.
Yeah, Orlando can get cold.
It was like 40 degrees. So we had to find like nice, like furry white looks to kind of have. And we ended up dancing and not needing it. But it's you can have white for all times of year. And you really should be, you should be you in how you present yourself, right? Yeah. But it is a great opportunity to express your, creativity, and at the same time, like take in different seasons of Dîner and Blanc.
Right. And what's weird about December in Florida can go both ways. Right. Sometimes it could be cold, or it could just be like the most perfect weather.
Right. Yeah.
So we won't know.
No.
So, which means you need options.
Yeah. Another city we hosted, up until the day of, we were expecting thunderstorms. So we weren't sure it's like too tent or not too tent, because obviously too tent would take away from the like aesthetics.
Dinner under the stars.
So we were definitely like on edge, and we decided to go no tents, and it didn't rain until like the last hour. And even then we had gotten through all of the main milestones of the night. Like we did the napkin wave, we had the live entertainment, we did the networking. Everyone took great photos. We had the photo booths and the different activation centers. And we even had the sparklers without the rain. So we were like, if it decides to rain during this last hour of dancing,
it's okay.
People danced under the rain. That was the great part.
Sometimes by that point in the night, people probably had enough wine in their system that they were warm. The rain wasn't bothering them too much.
The timing was perfect.
Yeah.
Sometimes the rain, it knows. It knows when it's okay to come.
Yep. Yeah.
So I want to hear from Rene about the +1 experience. What is it like for you? Because I'm going to need to go back and tell my boyfriend how this is all going down and what's expected of him and what to wear. And
exactly. So funny enough, Tashia's first encounter or experience with the event was actually as my +1. I had gone previously, I want to say in 2012. About 2012. So I was still getting the emails every year. I said, hey, babe, you want to go to this? You want to check this out this year? She was like, okay, sounds good.
I had no idea what I was getting into.
That's how I felt.
No idea.
That's why I was like, I need to talk to these people really in depth. I need all the answers.
Right. Funny enough, with most things we do together, she winds up being invited or voluntold to join said whatever it happens to be. So she joined the team shortly after.
The next one.
Yeah.
You enjoyed yourself so much. You're like, I just want to be part of this.
I got to be part of this. Yeah. So, So to speak to the +1, funny enough, they don't have a name for what I do when I show up. But the team immediately puts me to work.
Oh, God.
And I'm usually working for the majority of the setup time, right?
I try to let you sit and eat at least.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, man, to get into the +1, you might need to help me out with that, because I'm usually working the entire time.
So he has a slightly different experience. Like as a +1, obviously you want to make sure that you can be invited to the WhatsApp group. So again, the WhatsApp group is one of the main modes of communication. Right. We also have the platform itself. So once you're in, you'll get inbox messages from the Dîner and Blanc website that you've registered through. So you'll hear from your group leader, you'll hear from your table leader. We send info letters intermittently as we get closer to the event. So there's always communication in both ways, through WhatsApp as well as on the platform, letting you know. And we break it up because, again, it's a lot. So the first one might just be focused on, what are you going to wear? Here are some examples of what to wear, and here are some examples of what not to wear. Like no cargo shorts, no sandals, like, there's
this is a classy event.
Yeah. So you give you some
sophistication and elegance.
Then the next one might be focused on like your table settings. And here are some examples of a quick 5-minute setup for your table and the things to consider for it. And then food. And then, have a lighter, have a garbage bag, have
the little things that you sort of
clean
don't
your plates
remember.
to pack away. Yeah. Just the things you're not thinking of. So there's a focal point every time, every time we send information out. Who else do you want at your table? Because if not, we'll just group people together. You're going to have a great time no matter what. And there are definitely people are like, can you change me to another table? Like, it's full, but we're just sitting to eat. Once you're done eating, you can get up and move around and enjoy yourself. Yeah. So the communications is a big part. Checking the platform, downloading the WhatsApp group, and your +1 can be in there as well. But we do say that you want the member that registers to be the one who is going to check, the one who is on WhatsApp, the one who checks websites, the one who you don't want the friend who's like, oh, I never check my phone. I don't ever check.
Right.
Like, that's not the person who should be the member. Yeah. So the +1 is going to get a lot of their information through the member, but they also can be included in the WhatsApp group. They can ask questions. They're a part of the event as well.
Okay.
And for the guys, it's always a little tricky because like finding the right white or the right shoes, like that ends up being a big part. We get a lot of
the shoes. Yeah.
They send pictures in, and you can in the WhatsApp group. It's a great place to say, hey, are these shoes okay? Are these shoes okay? Is this shirt okay?
I would highly suggest that. So a lot of times when folks have questions or whatever, and they drop them in the chat, that's usually what it is. Is this white enough?
Is this white? Is this appropriate? Is this the right type of? And that's good. You get feedback from everybody else and ideas.
And it's real-time feedback. Usually, so because somebody's usually in there.
Yeah.
What I would say as far as guys, not to cut anyone off, but as far as guys, one thing to remember is you're probably going to be setting something up for your
group. Yeah.
For your wife or your girlfriend, whatever the case may be, you're usually going to be the one that's doing the heavy lifting. Whether it's pulling the wagon from the bus with you guys' stuff on it. This event.
Well, this one includes
the tables.
The tables and chairs. So that I can understand for other events where if you have to actually set up the tables and the chairs. That's a nice
Always
thing.
Bring a wagon.
Yeah. That's nice about the West Palm event that people don't have to worry about bringing their own tables and chairs. So that's a huge.
It's a big huge highlight plus and West Palm Beach is a little spoiled, which is not a bad thing. Yeah, but there are other cities that just in an attempt to just maintain the true spirit of Dîner and Blanc will not, everyone brings their own chairs. And they love that. And you'll have people who, as we call them, like the Deb, like they just travel the world going to Deb, like they're Deb lifers, as we call them. And they've got, a portable table that will come on the plane with them.
Oh my gosh.
The chairs, like the lightweight chairs.
They're hardcore.
That's
crazy.
Yeah.
How cool.
I'm in a group. Yeah, we have a group. There's a group that exists, I should say. It's not my group. Where, they drop here, Havana, this date, who's going to Puerto Rico, Japan on this date. Like they just, so that if people are interested, you have that opportunity. Because again, it's by invite only. So oftentimes once they're a leader in one group or one city or edition, they want to participate and be a leader in another.
So here's a question. What is the registration cost? How much is it to be part?
Question. I was able to look that up very quickly on our register.dinerandblanc.com site for West Palm Beach. It is $63 plus the $14 membership fee for pedestrian groups. And for bus departure groups, since they're coming out from a little further, it's $83 with the $14 membership
And that's
fee.
For 2 people?
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's per person. I'm sorry. That's
per
person.
Per person.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So anybody who wants to register, can you say that website once again?
Yeah, sure. So you would go to, let me make sure I do this correctly. I want to see the whole site, not just the little tree link that it gives you.
And we'll link the actual website and all of the social media and
westpalmbeach.dinerblanc.com. So the West Palm Beach, one word, Dîner, DINERBLANC.com, and then /register is where you
And then you put in your email, and then you'll get that link
Yes,
to.
you'll put in your email when the wait list is open. So that's the other thing is we'll promote coming soon for a while. We will eventually drop the official date, and then there are announcements. So following our Facebook and Instagram pages are important. Dîner and Blanc, West Palm Beach, Facebook and Instagram, same handle, is where you'll see updates as well. So for example, phase 1 waitlist opens on Monday, and then it'll be open for a few days, give those guests a chance to register. And then phase 2 will open. There'll be an announcement about that as well, what date that's opening, and then when that is open, and then when phase 3 opens.
Got it.
So yeah.
So following along with social media is super important. You'll know as the phases open, then you can go right in, put your email in, check your spam just in case it goes, and then get signed up right away.
Correct.
Once you've got your spot, you can opt to go back, purchase your wine and champagne, purchase food if you'd like to, and then you'll
get
ready.
You'll get your invite. You'll hear from your table leader soon. You'll get that invitation to your WhatsApp group. You can also check the platform and ask questions on the platform on the general wall, as well as through the inbox that you'll have with your group leader and table leader. And you'll get all the information. You'll have spoon fed to you leading up to the day of the event, countdown to the event. Then you show up on departure day. Usually on the departure point, your table leaders greet you. Sometimes they've got some light refreshments and, some photo op opportunities there as well. It's just a fun, And
they really make it a whole, it's a huge thing.
Yeah. And we're very mindful of even the departure points. We try to pick places that are easy to find, centrally located.
That makes sense.
Sometimes we get dealerships that are open, sure, bring your people on our lot. So, it's a fun time from the minute you arrive in the parking lot, not knowing where you're going, and then from there, getting on that bus and getting to the location.
Kids, are kids allowed?
No, this is an adult
kids. Okay, adults only.
This is adult.
What
only,
about
21 and up?
Pets? No animals, no dogs.
Animals as
Okay,
well,
so it's adult people only.
Correct.
I like that. I like an event like this that's adults only. I don't think you want children running around.
No, we've got wine and champagne going, and it's it's a certain.
It has a upscale elegance to it.
Not that kids aren't upscale and elegant, but we absolutely, this is just time for the adults to have. And this is holiday time too, so it's a great way to kind of, top off or cap off or kick off, I should say.
Kick off the holiday
season. Yeah.
It really is. It's right in the thick of the holidays. It's December 16th. I think I said that in the beginning, but just as a reminder, Saturday, December 16th.
Secret location.
Secret location. But it starts at 5 o'clock.
Typically starts at 5. The only time it wouldn't start exactly at 5 or around that is if there were some delays, because we do want everyone to be there. So we time it so that the departures, the pedestrian people will be held back first. Obviously, we want the buses to kind of get a head start on when they come in. Once they're there, the pedestrians are also at some point urged, to start walking so that everyone is setting up and we're able to all sit down and eat at the same time. So again, that napkin wave is what signifies everyone sitting down and eating at the same time.
There's so many moving parts to this. Your team, wow.
Well, we couldn't do it without the table leaders and the group leaders, and we have 2 head leaders for this city in particular, all volunteers, and they are truly in it for all the right reasons, wanting to just continue the spirit of Dîner and Blanc and how it started back in 1988. So being able to have a host of people who just love gathering and having a good time is what makes that possible. So we absolutely could not do this without the fantastic volunteers that we get for this event year after year.
Absolutely. Is there anything else that you think people should know, anything that I didn't cover or didn't ask?
No, I think that, we've still got some openings. I think for this year, if people are interested, I don't know how many more spots we have left for this year, but getting on that wait list for next year is something we definitely encourage now. Be on the lookout for that opportunity to register for next year. And, look forward to some great footage, some great photos and videos, and just a great time. For those who are coming out, we are so excited to have you. We cannot wait for you to see what we have planned. And for the experience you, Shana, are going to have.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
This is going to be great. I'm super excited for first timers because they never know what to expect.
yeah.
And afterwards, like I've yet to come across someone who's like, that was just fine. Like they are usually like, oh my God. Even my good friend who's in Dallas, I won't name her, but she was like, this is just, I don't even understand the point of this. And I've got to pay to come to an event like that. I've got to pay and then bring my own food.
I think that's the thought process that goes through a lot of people's mind is why am I spending, what was it, $85 with the bus?
83.
But then I'm also I'm also purchasing my own wine and champagne. I'm bringing my own food. I'm bringing my own this and that and this.
It's the experience,
It's the experience.
Right? So there, you know, some people will spend good money on a purse and other people would not, right?
Right. It's not for everyone.
It's not
but
for
that
everyone.
person who wants this unique, exclusive experience,
Correct.
this secret location, this thing that not everyone has an opportunity to attend.
Right.
Invite only. You have to know someone to, get in there. And so that's what
it's the experience.
It's
and
the experience.
and to each his own. I tell everyone all the time, like it's not for everyone, but for those it is, they will enjoy themselves. They will have
and
so much
also
fun.
having the transportation included, like if we, if say you're living in Boca or even Broward,
Right.
if you
You
wanted
have a way
to
to get
take
here.
an Uber up to West Palm, you're easily spending that same amount of money, if not more.
Right.
So like having the transportation really, because if you are drinking wine, you might not want to drive. You want to Uber or take whatever.
Right.
And that definitely adds up.
It
so
does.
that's a really nice perk.
It does.
And
It
you know,
does.
just the security of, if you do drive to where the pickup location is, your car's safe there.
Correct.
You're coming to an event with, there's safety protocols going on to keep everyone
Right.
having a good time and
we hire,
safe. And
off-duty cops. Like, so it's everyone involved is appropriately assigned. They are, credentialed. They are, skilled and licensed to do the things they're doing in this event. So the thought is to always ensure we have the right experts,
Yes.
in each role that we have as part of this.
and it sounds like there are a lot of people involved.
We are a mighty team. I wouldn't say we're a
mean,
big team. Like I said, our biggest, if you knew how, Modernique Co, the host for this, we are a group of all women, a project management firm.
I love that.
We put on these events as well as other types of events, hospitality, travel, tourism development is our kind of niche. But we're not as big as people think we are. I will just say that people are like, oh my gosh, you guys must be like a team of 20 or so. And it's like, no, but we put on big events.
I mean, that's, this seems like, as you said, it could be 2,000 people. I mean, I'm so glad I got to talk to you about this, because now I'm really understanding the whole concept behind it and what, I'm envisioning it and seeing it, in my mind I'm
picking your outfit out.
Oh, I mean,
I can't wait to circle back with you after. I'm going to look for you at the event so I can say, so Shayna, what'd you think?
I don't know what I'm going to wear. And the only thing that sucks is I have like the cutest pair of white heels, but if there's grass, it's not going to work.
So we do tell everyone to prepare for either grass, asphalt, sand.
So that's
it could be anywhere,
it could be anything.
But,
so women have to remember that with, like
Yes.
stiletto heels might not be the best choice.
well, people wear them. So here's what we say. Bring your nice shoes for your photo ops. But, the setup and the, if you are in a pedestrian group especially, bring comfortable flats. So bring, your walking shoes, white walking shoes, sparkly walking shoes. I think one year I did like some Air Force Ones that were sparkled.
Oh, I love that.
And that was my setup
perfect.
shoe. Yeah. But then when it was time to get in front of those photo activation centers, I popped on.
Well, that's the nice
good
thing. You're
heels.
already bringing a picnic basket. You're bringing a bag. You're going to have room. Just throw
Exactly.
like an extra jacket, extra sweater, extra pair of shoes, extra purse, and a whole extra outfit if you want. You know?
Yep.
Yeah, you're already bringing other things. You might as well.
Yeah.
And then you have, you have everything right at your disposal as you need it.
Look at you already getting it.
I'm excited. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait to start picking out outfits. I do Rent the Runway.
Oh,
so I'm already okay, I'm going to go home and just, filter out, be all white dresses and see what's available.
Yeah. Are you going to do any headgear? Because that's also a big thing too. Fascinators or some type of.
I don't know. I feel weird with hair pieces and things because I have short hair and I don't feel I don't know. I don't like how hats look on me. So I never wear hats.
But a fascinator would look really cute
Possibly,
on you.
yeah. Or
They've
a
got
headband
some
of
that,
some
the
sort.
headband with the attached, or just the clip even.
The clips or the headband. Yeah, I could. I don't know.
Depending on the type of dress, you might consider
we'll
that.
See.
Yeah.
We'll see. I actually never knew it was called a fascinator, but now that after you said that, I realized what you were talking about.
Actually learned that. from this event.
Yeah. I at first I was like, a fascinator.
Yeah. What? I don't need to.
But as you were saying, I'm like, oh, I get it. Okay.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of that as well at the event.
It's almost,
people do really
I would say
creative
it's almost like, what's the horse race? Why am I blanking?
Oh, the Derby.
Yeah. It's almost like the Kentucky Derby, how people go all out with their headpieces, their headgear.
Yeah, I told you, we can have a whole category just for that alone, like different headpiece, best headpiece.
Yeah.
And then that's all guests voted. Like we post on the Facebook page after the fact. So we take nominations, make sure if you want to submit yourself for consideration or, get photos taken, we will submit those who, we were able to spot and see for table decor, for best dressed, in different genders, and then also headgear as well. And anything else that we think that, might be worth recognizing. And usually the winner of that will get a free admission the following year.
To the next year, which is, that's great.
Yeah. We've given away free admission. We've done free wine,
Yeah, there's a lot of different things you can do.
Yeah.
Well, this is awesome. I really hope everyone listening is now hyped up.
Yes.
They're going to go online and they're going to put their email in to get on the wait list. Hopefully
and since
get
it's
a
open
spot.
right now, they could, because it's also currently still open right now, at least for the time being, registering, you can very quickly get that invitation to register afterwards.
Perfect. And so for anyone listening that wants to sit with yours truly, make sure that you choose. I think it's in there under Take a Bite Out of Boca, either Shayna or Take a Bite Out of Boca. Look for my name. Make sure you pick me as your table leader, anybody who's listening. And then if you want the bus pickup, I believe we're doing a Delray and West Palm location.
Yes, you have 2 locations.
Okay, perfect. So basically wherever you are in Palm Beach County, we got you covered. So this is great. I really can't wait to see you all there, and hopefully some of my listeners and followers and friends, and we're going to have a great time.
We definitely are.
Thank you both so much for enlightening me about dinner. I don't know how to say it as
Dîner en Blanc.
Dîner en Blanc.
Dîner en Blanc.
I am not as I was just in France in September and October, and that is one language that I am never going to be able to get.
So our project director, Fabi, she speaks French and Creole. So Le Dîner en Blanc. She says it much better than I do.
So it's like just this beautiful accent I butcher every time I try.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is when we have our team meetings, she'll say, just don't say Blanc.
It's not Blanc.
Don't take the C off. That k sound is gone. Dîner en Blanc.
Yeah, I've noticed that about French words. There's a lot of letters that just don't belong.
They just are there.
You don't say them. They're just there.
Yeah.
I'm like, you see street names and there's 17 letters. You pronounce 3 of them.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know how to say anything in this country.
Yeah. We went to Paris. What was it? This last October. We were in Paris.
Last October.
Yeah. I don't think we tried to say anything this last time we went.
We did try to move there, though.
Oh.
We're looking at jobs there.
Oh.
We got to hang out here more often.
It's beautiful. I had a great time.
Yeah.
We were all over. We spent a little bit of time in Paris and then just went to the south of France. And
Nice. That's one of my goals, is to go to experience where it started.
that would be fantastic. I feel like you need to.
Yes. You have to, because that's the biggest one.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's very cool that that's where it started 35 years ago. And here we are.
Yep.
Now,
Doing it all over the world.
All over the world. That's amazing.
80 countries. Yeah.
So that's 80 countries.
80 cities, sorry.
80 cities.
Let me see.
80 cities and growing. So.
80 cities and growing.
Yes. Definitely
Amazing.
still looking for, always looking
Amazing.
for opportunities to do it. So it's amazing.
Well, that clearly means people are enjoying themselves and continuing to go year after year for there to be so many cities that are participating and so many people involved. So I'm really looking forward to this experience on December 16th.
Thank you. We are so excited to have you. Like I said, the first time, over 85 cities. I take that back.
Over 85
cities across the world where it's
Wow.
done. Yeah. So
That's
growing. It was 80. I want to say last year. Yeah. So they just keep adding cities.
Keeps multiplying.
Keep adding cities.
That's great.
And everywhere from New Zealand, Taiwan, Australia, Singapore. Yeah. It's worldwide.
That's
worldwide.
amazing. That is amazing. Oh, gosh. Well, thank you both for being here. This has been wonderful. I'm really, really, really looking forward to it. And I'm so glad that I was able to get so much information from both of you and allow everyone listening to really understand what they're getting into when they sign up for this and how to sign up and all of that. So everyone listening, you'll get on the Facebook and the
Dîner en Blanc,
Dîner en
West Palm Beach. It's the same for the Instagram and Facebook page as well.
And then you can look for updates there, register, get on the wait list, register.
Links are also in the bio on both of those pages.
Perfect. And then remember to choose me as your table leader and the bus for the Delray or West Palm location. And I will see you all on December 16th.
All right.
Thank you all for being here for another episode of Take a Bite Out of South Florida. Remember to leave a glowing review for me, rate, share, like, subscribe, do all the things. And until next time, keep taking bites out of South Florida.